Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, several things to mention. We will go from Madrid to Manchester to Munich, several things to say and to comment, and so let's jump. After a busy night, remember my videos, you can go check them here on YouTube. The crazy hours in the streets of Madrid was the segment I was telling you over the last 24 hours about what's happening between Florentino Perez and Enrique Riquelme, the candidates to become the new Real Madrid president with the elections over the weekend. But also important to mention, and I think that's a really important point, on the situation of Real Madrid, let's clarify something on what's going to happen next. Because we had the official statement from Erling Haaland camp, the agent Rafaela Pimenta, the father Alfie Haaland denying any agreement. Today, Manchester City announcing a potential legal action against Enrique Riquelme for using Erling Haaland without authorization for the elections, and also because Manchester City add that it's absolutely impossible to make it work, to sell Erling Haaland this summer. They are absolutely relaxed, as I told you yesterday. So Man City message and reaction is Haaland is not leaving, and also really important to say that they have no intention at all to negotiate. There is no release clause this summer, Man City say, and also they say legal action is a possibility. So total war around this Haaland situation. Now, Enrique Riquelme soon will announce the manager he wants, and again, I tell you, sources tell me that should be Jurgen Klopp. The name mentioned by Enrique Riquelme for Florentino Perez is Jose Mourinho, already official. Sources in the business, in the industry, mention Jurgen Klopp as the potential candidate suggested by Enrique Riquelme, but then will be him to tell Real Madrid fans his strategy, his names, and so let's wait for that. On Florentino Perez side, don't forget that Florentino has closed Ibrahima Konate. Done. Florentino has closed Denzel Dumfries. Done. Florentino has closed a new contract for Tony Rudiger. Done. One more season. Florentino will make a decision together with Mourinho on Nico Pat's comeback. They have the buyback option. Also, Real Madrid want to add another defender to the squad, possibly left-footed, to help also eventually as a left-back, more defensive when needed. Gvardiol and Riccardo Calafiori are two names really highly rated and appreciated by Real Madrid, but at the moment the feeling is that these deals are not easy because Arsenal and Manchester City count on Calafiori and Gvardiol, so it's not going to be easy. Also on Gvardiol, I can tell you that Manchester City intention since end of February, beginning of March, despite the player being injured, was to offer him a new contract, a better salary. So Man City want to renew the contract of Joško Gvardiol, while for Real Madrid is considered as one of the perfect candidates, but again, not easy. So we will have to follow that situation closely. Then, said about Real Madrid, guys, let me quickly touch on an exclusive story I broke this week, Monday morning, and now it's really close to being completed. The Here We Go is coming soon for Ismail Saibari from PSV Eindhoven to Bayern. Will be the first addition of Bayern this summer. The agreement is very close between the clubs. Is done with the player. Saibari will do his medical in the US, as was always planned by Bayern and the agents of Saibari. So they are finalizing the deal with PSV Eindhoven. Could be any moment now, but the deal is almost there. It's at the final stages. So Bayern are prepared to give a first addition to Vincent Kompany with Saibari, and then another name, Braun from Eintracht Frankfurt as new left back. It's true that they reached an agreement with the player, as Sky reported. So Braun is another name for Bayern. Negotiations ongoing between the two clubs now. Bayern, Eintracht to try to close the deal, but Braun could be the next one after Saibari, and so Bayern busy to give players to Vincent Kompany even before the start of the 2026 World Cup. So Bayern very active on the market. Then on Arsenal, guys, we will have plenty of things to say about Arsenal during the summer because they will be busy with several players, with several situations. But in terms of talents, there is a really talented boy playing for Leicester City, and I think it's going to be an interesting situation to follow while I'm checking my phone as always during the window. But this boy is 16 years old and is called Jeremy Monga, and Arsenal are advancing in talks to sign Jeremy Monga. Arsenal are ahead of all the other English top clubs interested in this boy. The negotiation is ongoing between all parties involved, player side, club side, Leicester, Arsenal. So let's wait for the next steps, but there is confidence, real confidence at Arsenal to sign Jeremy Monga. Obviously, he's one for the future. He's a 16-year-old kid, but they believe at Arsenal this is a special talent. And so Arsenal are pushing to anticipate the other clubs. There is a conversation ongoing. Let's wait in terms of timing to see when, how things will move to the final stages. But Arsenal are confident to sign Jeremy Monga, a talent from Leicester City. And then, guys, important updates from Manchester, because Manchester City have submitted an opening bid to Nottingham Forest for Elliot Anderson, a player who is in discussions with Manchester City. They offered an important contract to the boy, and there is also Manchester United really interested in Elliot Anderson, so don't forget also about Man United. But at the moment, City tried an attack by making an official bid to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest rejected. My understanding is that Nottingham Forest are asking more than the reported 100 millions. In the English press, there is always the number 100 millions. At the moment, beginning of the market, but as of now, Forest are asking more than this to sell Elliot Anderson. And so, let's see what's going to happen with City trying in conversations, but still no agreement. With Manchester United still closely monitoring the situation. Then, the other name very high on Manchester City shortlist for the midfield, according to my information, is Sandro Tonali. Manchester City are considering the possibility of going all in on Sandro Tonali if they can get Elliot Anderson. So, just to recap, for Anderson, bid from Man City to Nottingham Forest, rejected. Man City are prepared to offer important money to the boy. If they can't agree a deal with Nottingham Forest, and Man United are closely following the situation, in that case, the number 2 option, I would not describe as a number 2, as a backup, another top option, because he's a fantastic player, is Sandro Tonali. So Man City are keeping close eye also about the situation of Tonali at Newcastle. We will have to follow that to see what's going to happen also with other clubs about Tonali, because another club really appreciating Sandro Tonali is Arsenal. Arsenal also like Tonali. Arsenal also have been in contact with people close to Tonali. So there is also Arsenal interest in Sandro Tonali. But for Manchester City, it could become a priority if and only if they can't get Elliot Anderson. So a domino of midfielders is underway. And so, guys, I'm your thoughts on all these stories. Several things mentioned today, as always. So Tonali, Elliot Anderson, Klopp, Haaland, Gvardiol, Calafiori, Monga, Saibari. Plenty of things. Let me know your opinion, guys. Hit in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.